One of the things that we want to know in regards to the new resources for coaches and players and probably team captains, I would have thought, is what is your background? Why did we get to this stage of you creating this poster?
Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I started out as a coach and been coaching a number of teams and noticed that people were getting injured and people were warming up, and I just wondered if there was a sort of link between the two. Obviously, you can't do much about being hit by a stick or a ball or something like that, but people getting injured just by running along. So I had a look to see if there was anything that could be done about this.
And part of the research that you did for your PhD, you did a survey, didn't you, of Scottish Hockey members in the first instance to gather information and data before
Yeah.
you created your warm-up. So can you give us a little bit of information around that?
Yes, the first part was to investigate what non-contact injuries were being sustained in Scottish hockey. So yes, thanks to all the members out there that helped me out in filling out the survey, and found that most injuries were to knees, ankles, hamstrings, and hips. So that got me started on the process of thinking, well, what can be done to try and reduce the injuries of these body areas?
And can you just give us a little bit about the warm-up itself? So it takes approximately 20 minutes and
Yeah.
it's aimed at a variety of people with ages and abilities, and yeah, just give us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, right. It takes around about 20 minutes, which is roughly the same time as people were warming up anyway. And it starts off nice and slowly and gradually builds up. So it takes the ramp approach and gradually gets more difficult and involves a number of neuromuscular exercises that look to increase the muscle activity, mainly of the lower extremity, and also some core stability exercises too.
Superb. Some of it looks quite complicated, having been involved in trying it all out. So, what would you suggest for somebody that's maybe never done these exercises before, or maybe they've done them, but they are maybe don't think they're doing them correctly? What's some of your advice for that?
Well, yes, it's slightly new, but there are a lot of exercises in there that people have done before, so it's not too far out there. And on the poster, there is lots of guidance on where to start and how many reps to do and how far to go. There is a picture for each exercise, but also for those people that find some exercises a little bit difficult, there is some alternatives, so people can opt for the alternative instead to start off with, and gradually build up until doing just about all of it. And also on the post, there's some progressions. So if you are finding the exercise a bit too easy, then you can move on to the progressions after, say, 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, so everybody should kind of give the exercise block a go, and if they feel like they're capable to use the variation and then the progression as time allows, or as they feel comfortable and confident to move on.
Yeah, there are some quite physically taxing exercises that's designed so that your body is ready for the activity that's coming, obviously playing hockey. So hockey being quite an intense activity, then yes, there are some intense exercises that's designed to get the body ready for playing, and that way the chances of getting injured are reduced. Um, but yes, you can gradually build up and do more and do a greater amount of the exercises as you get say 4 to 6 weeks into the program.
Okay, That's cool. So the kind of the way in which to progress, you've talked already about. There's a timeline, there's a distance aspect, and there's the intensity that you do all that. So people should think about what their body's telling them, and also that how they're going through each of the exercises and doing them slowly to begin with.
Yes, start off and follow the technique guidances on the poster, and then, for example, the Nordic hamstring exercises are quite difficult, but just start off by doing a little bit, and then gradually increase the range of motion as time goes on, and you get into it, and your muscles get strong, and you get more used to the exercise.
Brilliant.
And yeah,
Sorry, go on.
that's it.
Is there anything else that you would want to share with those who are listening to us and gonna use the kind of the warm-up structure that you've created as a good practice?
Just to say that it does gradually build up over the 20 minutes, and it is designed for hockey players and to be ready for the activity they're going to do. And there are some quite fun exercises in there. For example, towards the end, there's the game of Tig, which is a fun activity. And the whole point about it is that people can keep playing hockey, and that's what we all want to do. That's what we all enjoy. So the chances of keeping playing and keep enjoying hockey, keeping physically active, is the whole reason for doing it. And hopefully by using this, then people's chances of getting injured are a bit less. And also by doing it well and moving on to the progressions and doing the exercises as fully as possible, then the chance of increasing performance are in there too.
Superb. Yeah, so what we're trying to give people, I suppose, is just a way in which to look at reducing injuries from non-contact. I think you mentioned that already, and having fun with it as well, because even the lizard crawl and the bear crawls for me were something that I'd not been introduced to before, and found quite fun. And also it's quite mentally challenging trying to coordinate arms and legs in different stages as well. So it's quite a physical warm up, but actually you have to engage your brain in order to coordinate and concentrate on what the task is at hand. And I think also some of the exercises you've got, bounding and pausing, that all takes brain power, doesn't it?
Yeah, so during the game of hockey, you've got to think about what you're doing, and you've got to think about the tactics that you and your team are deploying. So having that cognitive approach to warming up starts that ball rolling in terms of the sort of psychological element to it. There is a little bit of a psychological to the final activity, so trying to work out your tactics for the team game right at the end, and that will get you ready psychologically as well as the physical aspects of this warm-up.
Yeah, probably the bit that I enjoyed most was the balancing section with the group and throwing the tennis ball around and trying to stay balanced, but concentrate on catching a ball and throwing it and communicating within the group as well. So there's definitely quite a few fun elements within there that's very beneficial. Thanks very
Yes,
much.
there's some team elements. Obviously, hockey being a team game, to have these in there is fun. Balance is particularly important for injury prevention, and it's surprising how what we think is such a simple activity actually causes people so many problems.